Yeah, and YouTube, you know we don't own the rights to it. Stay off my back, Jack. What it do, family? How y'all doing out there? It's your boy Breeze Omega, Omega that's Breeze, and welcome to the Black Round, the first of 2024. We're gonna have some new stuff going on. I don't know why that shit won't show. It's supposed to be showing, but it's bugging over here, and I don't care, because this is what the 2024 has already shown me. It's gonna be full of chaos, chaotic mess, and some truth mixed into it with an abundance. How y'all doing out there? This your boy Breeze Omega, Omega that's Breeze. Yes, yes, yes. Been a good one, man. Kind of fully into the spring season already at my job. So lots of good things coming to y'all soon. I'm going to be bringing more sneakers, more fashion, more cars, more content that's interesting to black people. And no disrespect to other people, we will allow you to come on and bring your wagons as well. But we're going to be dealing with us first, because over here we are black first. Foundational black Americans. Right now, hey family, if you don't have anything to do January 15th, try to get down to South Carolina. Our good brother Marcel Dixon will be down there. Let me get to it real quick. They have a situation that's gonna be going on down there, and let's check my good brother out because they're gonna have the whole situation down there in South Carolina, and they're gonna need a lot of brothers and sisters on the ground. They're gonna need lots of brothers and sisters on the ground. That's no finesse two times. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm over here on X looking at some funny stuff. That's right. I hope y'all having a great one. First thing, I'm gonna jump in as we get ready to add that music out, because you know YouTube gonna be on a brother back, knowing we don't own it. But anyway, let's take that down and get it out of our way. And we are here in the 2024 mix. I just wanted to come in and chat with everybody, let y'all know we're gonna be dropping more live, more great things coming, more good sneakers, more good car content, more good food, because that's what we do over here. It's a lifestyle segment over here. We doing real lifestyle based on how we live and how we actually get it. Real black people doing real things in real time. And this no disrespect to any other group. Y'all can do what y'all do too. And you're invited to travel along with us on this journey. So I just want to say peace and salutations, peace, blessings, and reparations. How y'all doing on this Saturday morning? I'm having a great one. It's about to snow out here, so I'll probably send some video of that later on when I go out there and see when it snows. But basically, I wanted to get out here, say what's up to everybody for 2024. Um, yeah, well, we looking at a video right now with a old white guy. There's an old white guy. He's got lots of underage white women.
Do y'all know the difference between jelly and jam? All right, hey, TikTok, White Wolf here. I got two new bitches with me. Y'all try to look pretty. By the way. Try to look pretty.
And that's a white man, too.
I don't know.
He's just picking up all types of young hoes. He calls himself White Wolf.
Wolf here.
So the white man is still living it up in 2024. A lot of you Negroes trying to be passport bros, hoping you can catch up to massa. It's gonna happen. Just take your time. They love debauchery and degeneracy. That's why so many people mad at our good brother Cat Williams. If you ain't heard, you must be under a rock somewhere. Our brother Cat Williams has been out there dropping that real truth, hitting that fire, and man, he's lit a kettle under some people's asses, especially the fans of some of uh these BANs, these beach ass knee guys. Yeah, yeah. YouTube, you're gonna get mad at me for saying that, but I had to say it. Has to go down like that, some way, one way or the other. And that's no disrespect to y'all, no disrespect to other people. We just trying to bring our version of what we know is going on out here in the streets. That's the truth. No disrespect to all y'all. We love you. Peace and blessings. All righteous people on this third rock from the sun. But our good brother, Cat Williams, I mean, he let it down. Yeah, it's called it's gonna be in January 15th in Columbia, South Carolina. Contact our brother Greg Marcel Dixon so y'all can get our brother information and tap in. Get out there and do something else other than us all hollering about goddamn Cat Williams and stuff, you know. Even though our brother Cat Williams brought the fire, he brought the truth. Once again, our good brother brought the fire and brought the truth. And some people are still mad. And it's like, I think it's kind of crazy that we got to even still, for our brother, we got to post the receipts. It's like people so stupid. You can go and start researching and say, well, did somebody steal Cat Williams' joke? And then you can start Googling it. You can start looking all this stuff up. You can start seeing who's involved with who and whatever he said. Too many of y'all out there being distracted by this Epstein bullshit and possibly um aliens in Miami. What they said last night. Only aliens I know in Miami are Cubans and goddamn Haitians. That's the only goddamn aliens I know in Miami. When I went down there, that's all I saw was Cubans and goddamn Haitians. See, I can miss me with all the bullshit. But our good brother Cat Williams for years has been getting it. I mean, I remember when he was attacked by that kid that time, which was an immigrant kid. That kid was not a foundational Black American child. That kid was a tether, and I always thought that was very disrespectful for people that was around in that video to let it happen, to let one of our icons be assaulted by a young tethered child. Because a lot of people are like, oh, Cat got his ass whipped, but in reality, had Cat did something to that kid, it'd have been a different story. Trust me, it would have been a different story. And I don't believe Cat is as weak as people try to make our brother out to be. I've seen the brother before. He don't do a lot of anything but smoke weed. You know, as you saw him on Drink Chance, maybe he sip on some cognac, but I've never seen the brother inebriated or intoxicated. Not even the brother JB Smooth. I was out here when JB Smooth was first coming up, out here in the DC area, and JB Smooth wasn't that funny. And that's no disrespect to JB Smooth, because some people try to say Cat Williams stole the JB Smooth joke, and I'm like, what type of joke? JB Smooth didn't have much joke, you know. It's funny because I wish my wife was alive right now because I would have her co-sign on this because we was there. We was there with him, another comedian, Anita B. We was all under like the same management at that time. It's so funny because people don't know I could have been like in the music game and all that shit too. I could have took either choice if I wanted because I'm funny and I got musical talent, but at that time, I was like, well, you know, I was focusing on my music at that time. But I also saw a lot of selling out and weird shit. Motherfuckers asking you to put on dresses. Would you wear makeup? Would you be in the room with a gay guy? a lot of weird stuff. And I was like, well, I would never fuck with any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Any of that shit. So I'm gonna try to give y'all a quick hour of what I've been up to and what I got coming up and chopping for this season. She calling Cap, something on the voices of the ancestors. Okay, I'm calling Cap too. That's right. That's right. You got it, brother. No pics. Where's the camera error? Make it make sense, white people. Because we talking about they trying to tell us that there's aliens down in Miami last night. But there was no video, just a bunch of police cars out there. And I figured that was to try to keep the Jeffrey Epstein people from looking at all that information so they can see they famous celebrities. You saw Whoopi Goldberg out there explaining. But first, let's get back to Cat. Cat got all these people out here explaining. And that's why I told you we've entered in a world where people love deceit, um, maleficent. People love to be talking contrite and talking all types of crazy stuff to people that they don't understand because it's too hard for them to really understand and fathom what's going on. Because you rather listen to bullshit and lies rather than the truth. First off, I want to shout out my brother Cat for exposing Faison the Cuban, Faison the big fat Cuban. Because that brother Faison, he just like Dr. Umar, Kubar, Vasquez. He's a damn big ass old Cuban. He's not really a foundational black American. So I'm going to have to stand fast with my brother Cat Williams because I'm not going to support nobody talking shit about a foundational black American. So I stand with Cat Williams over Faison. I've been saying shit about Steve Harvey for years. Nobody believed me. I was out here when I first met Steve Harvey. Was out here in Virginia, in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no damn. Steve Harvey was a bastard when I met him. He wasn't a good man. He didn't. I knew that flat top wasn't real because he didn't have it on. When I seen him out here, he did not have that flat top. This is in Northern Virginia. This is like what? Maybe 2003. I was working at the Panera Bread, and I'm like, and one morning I see this dude coming in with the big ass um handlebar mustache or the broomstick mustache, and I was like, who is that? And it was fucking Steve Harvey, and he was a scumbag. He didn't tip or anything, so I'll never trust Steve Harvey. He's like on my level with Chuck D. Because when I used to work at McDonald's on Grand Avenue in Baldwin, Long Island, New York, it's still there. That's not a franchise. That's a regular McDonald's. He used to bring his daughter there, but he used to come every Sunday morning on his own to have breakfast. And I used to serve that brother all the time. And he was never a good brother. You know, same with fucking what's his name? Russell Simmons. Not a good brother. So what Cat Williams is saying about a lot of these people is pretty true. If they came from the 90s, a lot of these people ain't shit. You know? And I know some people like my good brother Corey Holcomb. I love Corey Holcomb, 5150 all day. But Corey, I would say the best thing for anybody, even if you're a comedian, is just to shut the fuck up, stay in the background, be silent about some of this shit, like you do about other shit. So stay out the shit. You know that y'all know how to be silent when y'all supposed to be silent, especially with all y'all support of white motherfuckers. Cause all y'all got a white comedian that y'all all love and look up, whether it's Bill Burr or whoever the motherfucking Cat Williams was shouting out. Y'all all do that same shit. So all you big burly niggas need to just sit to the side and shut up. Let's, for once, let a little motherfucker tell the motherfucking truth and see where it land, nigga. That's just basically it. And new YouTube, this is not for kids. We over here, we just chopping it up, trying to get it chopped up. Like I said, 2024, this is me over here talking my shit on what I want to talk about coming into it. And I think we should be having more brothers. It's like, it's funny shit that I see brothers talking about. Man, the first thing Shannon should have stopped. Cat Williams on when he said he read 3,000 books. The first thing niggas always say is dumb shit like that. Like, man, it's only 365 days in a year. How can you read a book? You can read 2 or 3 books a day, per day. Every book is not going to be of the same length. Some books are going to have 200 pages. Some books are going to have 700 pages. Not every book is going to have 1,000 damn pages. There's no real book up to 1,000 pages. Even Lord of the Rings only go up to like 539 pages. I remember I read the whole Halo franchise. I literally read the whole Halo franchise. This is fiction stuff right here I'm talking about. I don't know what not, because I'm pretty sure nonfiction don't cover that much either. So nonfiction would be probably anywhere between the 200 to 300 page category. This is for people who read. Motherfuckers who don't read don't know how big books are. In your mind, a book is like 1,000 pages for non-reading niggas. So you can't fathom a person reading 2 to 3 books per day. Like, you may not finish them that day, but you can read 2 to 3 books. You can have your interest in 2 to 3 books each day. You can have a book that you start out in the morning with. You can have a book that you may challenge at noontime. And you can have a book that you challenge before evening. And if you're a real bookworm, you might read into the night. If what you're finding is interesting enough. So when I hear people acting as if you can't possibly read 3,000 books in 365 days, that just shows you're not challenging yourself. It's hard for you to fathom. And maybe our brother was like, what we call it when a brother, he's pushing it over the limit, saying like, we call that, what the fuck do we call that again right now? He's exacerbating what he's actually reading. Maybe he's making the limit a little bit more. Maybe he actually only read 1,500 books. You know how we do when we talk. We elaborate and we make it like it's so much more. It's just like the Negro who said the fish was this big and it was only that big. It's the same old thing. So when people get out there and think you're lying, that to me is just stupid. No, to that person, they may felt like they read 3,000 books. We don't know what he was doing. And some of y'all don't really even know the Jehovah Witness. Because you ain't have Jehovah Witness. Only way you had Jehovah Witness if you was like pretty much in New York, and if you was in black communities in the South, you might have some Jehovah Witness. Because black people were the Jehovah Witness. There ain't nobody else. I never met a white Jehovah Witness. Can I say it again? I never met a white Jehovah Witness ever in my life. I met Mormons. And the first thing I noticed that Mormons and Jehovah Witness was sort of similar. Only difference is that Mormons had resources to put them white boys in your neighborhood. Whereas Jehovah Witnesses had to just be families that could drive around and get around and reach you. That's the difference, what I believe, between a Mormon and a Jehovah Witness. They both seem like the same motherfuckers with me. To me, they both peddling the same old bullshit story. And I never met no African Jehovah Witness, nothing. Now, somebody told me there's white Jehovah Witness. I've never seen them in my life. That's what I'm going to say. And one thing I'll say about Cat Williams, if Cat Williams was wrong, the appropriate response would be to be silent. What he said? Silence. Silence. But I ain't see no silence. All I seen was a lot of motherfuckers trying to explain. Even Cedric, his response to Cat Williams about you didn't have no spaceship in your joke lets me think like, nigga, you're lying. You're lying. You could have just shut the fuck up. We got Ricky Smiley caught in a new video crying. We know Kevin Hart be lying. Kevin Hart just always lie. Those big giant teeth, little niggas with big giant teeth who look like a piranha mouth nigga. Them niggas always be lying. And I don't never trust a nigga like Kevin Hart because the way you got out in Philly was totally different than the way Will Smith got out of Philly. Will Smith was actually more talented than Kevin Hart. And he even showed y'all recently. But why didn't Will Smith arrive with a sitcom and a goddamn comedy setup the same way Kevin Hart did? You dig what I'm saying? You gonna have to check yourself on that because Will Smith was way more talented, and Will Smith had to show up in Hollywood, and he had to do a goddamn homosexual movie. It's called 6 Degrees of Separation. You're gonna have to go and see that. Will Smith had to do a homosexual video. Will Smith couldn't be just Will Smith. Will Smith couldn't just do Will Smith movies and do what he wanted. Will Smith had to sit over here and he had to suck a white guy's dick. A lot of people mad at that. That's the motherfucking facts. Will Smith had to have homosexual sex on TV to be able to do it. Yeah, they didn't make Kevin Hart do that right away, which leads to my suspicion about Kevin Hart. Because they did so put him in a dress when he had to be in a dress. So there's no disrespect to even any of that. It's just talking about, hey, be honest with yourself. Be truthful. Stop lying. I see a lot more people willing to accept the Jussie Smolletts than to stand on truth. A lot of people will accept the Jussie Smolletts rather than stand on any goddamn truth. So that leads me to not want to fuck with a lot of people. Yeah, people like, oh, how can you support that Breeze when he talking about Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey is a known liar. What up, the word? Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. I'm over here talking about the messiness versus the truth. And you know, a lot of people don't want to believe in the truth of my brother, Cat Williams, a really good brother, who I know for a fact, Cat Williams be telling that truth. That's why people always say, you on drugs. See, black people pick up the same thing that white folks do. White people, you know, they put it in they made sure black people put it in books like To Kill a Mockingbird, I Know How to Cage Birds Sing. Remember, the white guys that they have in there that are witness to all the bad shit that's happened are always allegedly drunk or inebriated. And so that's the same shit people will say to our good brother Cat Williams, like, oh, he's inebriated, he's drunk, but the receipts are coming out. I mean, they're falling all over the wayside. You can't lie in this age of information where people can go, well, let's look up that joke. And people are pulling up that joke, and they're like, oh shit, fucking Cat Williams is right. That's why they're trying to tear him out. What's good, my brother, Bronze Flat Power God? Salute. Yo, no cap, the word. They trying to tear that brother down. They are trying to tear that brother down because they know that they don't want this whole system that's going on, this cabal system, which is a caste system that's being run through Hollywood, where motherfuckers is gatekeeping and keeping other people out that are real. Look, I'm telling people, I told people, I ain't never know where Jonathan Majors came from. I think I saw him in a movie with God where they was going after King Kong with Samuel L. Jackson. I think that's where I saw that brother. And I was like, where'd they get this brother from? Because I was real weirded out. Like, damn, like when I first saw him, the next thing I know it, like I saw the white press. They was just pushing him everywhere. They was like, oh, you got to love Jonathan Majors, but I didn't really know nothing about the brother. But the first thing I did start noticing was that our brother had a infatuation for Becky. And that's no disrespect. I'm always like, love who you want, because that's what Neely Fuller Jr. told me. Don't tell black people who they shouldn't be with because of our childlike behavior. So I'm never interested in telling you what you should watch, what you should eat, who you should be with. Love who you be with. Just don't be no damn a raccoon. Can I say that, YouTube? Can I say just a raccoon, like an animal that's running around doing tricky stuff? Because I don't know. I hope I can and y'all don't get in trouble for that. But basically, don't be something that's going to be a detriment to your people. You can do whatever you want. I respect people who could be with somebody and still be themselves. That's always 100 to me. But what I see is a lot of people out here, they're not interested in the truth. And I've been saying this for years. I mean, because I met Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, when I met him out here in Northern Virginia, he wasn't a good guy. He just wasn't a good guy. And so when you hear these stories over and over again, you start seeing people who grew out there on the top with them, hanging out. Yes, it's a caste system, the word. That it's definitely a caste system. That's why you see right now in this country, they bringing all these Indians in the country. Yeah, you ain't got to run you are right. They want us all to just bunch up, and it's not true. We don't have to love nobody for nothing. It's either based on truth or it's not. That's what I say to people. Like God gonna sort it out, because what don't come out in the wash won't come out in the rinse. So you can say all you want, but when we start seeing the receipts bundle up and the dirt get higher to the surface, then we start saying, yeah, there's gonna be some people gonna be crying about when it comes time to chat, when you have to separate the chaff from the wheat. There's gonna be a lot of people who ain't gonna be so happy when they find out that they not the wheat and they actually the chaff. And so we see a lot of people, we see the pushback on everybody when we say, I just made a post about at some point my lovely, wonderful black sisters and all of us, but definitely my sisters, we're going to have a pushback on the ratchetness. The same way we brothers have been pushing back on motherfuckers who have been doing goofy shit. Motherfuckers who ain't being A1. We've been checking brothers. If I see a brother doing goofy shit, I'm going to check it. If you ain't standing on your square, we going to be like, oh shit, you right there. But what happens in our sisters, there's a sisterhood, and sisters don't do, it's like a woman, it's almost like the king could do no wrong. It's the same shit. That's why I call that same shit based on like white supremacy, because under the system of white supremacy, you have where the king can do no wrong, no matter what. And right now, the kings of the ship, which a lot of people being scared to blame them, because they be like, well, whatever. But I see white people always telling me, yeah, if it wasn't for, because they always show me a picture of Africans doing their worst. And say, look how you niggers would be living if it wasn't for white supremacy. And I say, well, then you should also accept the responsibility if you are the captain of the ship. If you're the captain of the ship, the fucking buck stops with you. The world is fucked up, so it's got to stop with white people then. If y'all the captains of the ship, that's all I'm saying. But as we were saying, our good brother, he out here telling the truth, and I saw people making memes like, "Hey, he wouldn't talk to he wouldn't talk to Eddie Griffin like this," and I'm like, "Well, why would him and Eddie Griffin have a problem in the first place? That's why the meme don't work, bro." And I had people giving me pushback on that, like, "Yo, there you go. They are Bronze Flat Power God. You hitting on a very good point. I'm gonna get right to that. I'm about to come right into that. Watch how I segue into that. So we sitting here. We got our brother. We got people making memes saying he won't talk to Eddie Griffin. I'm like, well, Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin have never bumped heads, but Cat Williams has bumped head with people like Faison Williams, and Faison is an immigrant. Y'all say what? Yeah, Faison shouldn't have anything, and nobody black, foundationally black, should be supporting Faison for talking about our brother because Faison is a Cuban immigrant. A lot of y'all didn't know it because y'all just see black. We over that flat blackness shit. Right now, we doing motherfucking background checks on motherfuckers. We're checking your hairline. We're checking your fucking what you eating. We're checking your fucking background. And we're no longer being this matte black shit. Because that's what happened to us. We allowed too many people to be matte black, ride on us. They black, black, black. When anything they doing bad, when anything they doing bad, and then they get on, and then all of a sudden I know black. I know black. I'm everything else. Now, immigrants ain't never been really running nothing. What they been is buffer classes. See, that's an illusion. That's how you work the illusion. These are not the droids you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? It's always been this whole thing. Everybody black. Yeah, Eddie keep it 100 though. Eddie is 100. He don't got a problem. He don't got no beef with no Cat. Him and Cat don't got no beef because they don't do each other dirty. They don't cross each other's spectrum. When gods are flying on the same plane, you don't often bump into that other god. That's what people think. No, he on a different spectrum. You on a different spectrum. What has happened is that our brother Cat Williams got a lot of motherfuckers in the cabal, the get along, the go along gang, as my brother Kwame Brown would say. A lot of motherfuckers who sit up there and gatekeep. And Cat is calling out the gatekeeping. My brother is saying that, hey, when I bring out comedians, I don't make them have to sign up to the Cat Williams Academy like Steve Harvey does, or the Cedric's House of Entertainers. You know what I mean? When we got plenty of footage right now that's just pouring out, showing how Cedric the Entertainer steals a lot of comedians' jokes. Steve Harvey steals comedian jokes. And I say that, and I've heard some comedians say, "Well, all comedians steal jokes," but that's not what I'm hearing from other comedians. I'm hearing that there's a percentage of comedians, mainly those who are picked up by the white hand of God and put in front of our face. Those are usually the people stealing. I've never watched a Kevin Hart movie that was funny. Soul Plane was trash. I never watched the Medea. I've never watched any of the Medea shit. Just the fact because he was in a dress. None of that shit. I ain't never watched none of that shit. I don't know a Kevin Hart movie that I watched and I could be like, yeah, Kevin Hart was good in that. I tried some of his Netflix shit that I never really heard nobody talk about on TV, but it was trash. Kevin Hart just not funny to me. When I was working in the school system out here in Virginia, it was little white kids that used to come. I used to have to take to the principal office who was always doing Kevin Hart comedy. I always used to laugh. And all them little white kids, yeah, come on, bro, because they thought they was Kevin Hart. This is my experience in the Northern Virginia area. I never experienced no goddamn kids doing Cat Williams, but I had them doing Kevin Hart in my classroom. And sometimes when they were doing all the effed up crazy stuff, I would look at them like, and I would ask their parents, and their parents were like, "It's Kevin Hart. Don't you think he's funny?" And I would look at them like, "No, I've never seen any of Kevin Hart's work." I mean, Kevin Hart had a sitcom, and I tried to watch the shit on YouTube. It was trash. That's no disrespect. Maybe some of y'all like that stuff. I don't like anything Kevin Hart has done. I can tell when you've been put up by white people. I could just smell that shit like a mile away. And that's no disrespect. I fucked with white women too in my life. No disrespect. But the reason why I ain't with a white woman is because I know that they will try to change your direction on who you are and tell you what you can and cannot watch. That's my experience. I don't know what other people's experience is. But my experience is that, well, I can't have nobody really controlling me and telling me what I can and cannot do. So I'm always staying ten toes down. And that's no disrespect. I mean, I feel like right now, the way black people are starting to wake up and move, this is the way we should have been. The way I see people in Chicago waking up like, hold up, you ain't gonna flood me with all these immigrants. Because I see people, the way they trying to steal hip hop and all that. And before I get to that, let's go ahead, because I want to, my brother Mark Curry, because people was talking shit about Mark Curry. Mark Curry was being honest about people stealing his shit. Well, let's hear Mark Curry. Let's hear from the horse's mouth. Here we
I
go.
picked him.
Okay, so tell me
He
about
never
this.
said thank you.
So what's up with you and Steve, man?
I ain't know what me. Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
On what show?
When he was on the bullshit talk show he had, and he did all my Halloween material one Halloween. I'm watching. Somebody called me and said, "Man, homeboy doing your material." So he did my whole Halloween run. And I know he didn't think of it. You know, this is true stuff that really happened to me. And so my thing is, you don't have to do that, homeboy. Yeah. Right. So, you know, motherfucker, you made enough money, bitch ass. You know, wow. You made enough money. You did enough. You know what? Why are you on my material? Right. You know, what's that about? You know, and then, you know, people want to jump up. Oh, he didn't know. He didn't steal your. So yes, he did. Yeah. I mean, you know, so, you know. And so that there's no need to no one else has did that.
So this was on his talk show. Which talk was it? TV talk show?
Yeah, TV talk show.
Okay, this was the one he had on NBC just recently.
Whatever, yeah. The one that damn, who took his show from him?
Kelly Clarkson.
How can Kelly Clarkson take your show, homie?
Hey, brother.
Damn.
You know, so
you got your show took by Kelly Clarkson.
You know what's crazy?
Damn.
I met my fiance on Steve's show. On Steve Harvey's talk show. Yeah. So that's another story. But I want to get back to that because I think that is the most lewd thing a comic can do.
Yeah. To me,
right?
I step to you.
Right?
I'm gonna step to you.
You ever step to him?
Yeah, step to him.
What'd you say to him?
Well, yeah, tell us about that.
Ask him.
Okay, I will, but we got you.
Yeah, so I like that part right there. My boy Mark Curry said, "Why the fuck you asking me? Ask him. You had the man here. Why am I gonna be the motherfucker start telling you had him here? You let the motherfucker lie to you." And that's the truth about the whole game right now. You got people lying and you got people telling the truth. And people want to support the lies. Everybody behind the Jussie Smolletts. Because that's what this new world is. It's a beta male world. It's no longer based on alpha. Because if you are alpha, you toxic. You bad. And unfortunately for me, I grew up with my daddy, so my whole life been toxic too. If you grew up with male figures in your life, I guess we all toxic because we've been told like this is how you're supposed to be as a man. And you see right now, we got the videos of little children dancing in sexy fucking red, and you can hear a woman in the background of that video. I ain't even want to post. I got the video. I just didn't want to post it because I know I got my own daughters that I'm raising. I don't want them to come and see no weird shit like that ever on my post. And that's how I know, because even when I play video games, if I play as a girl character, my daughters would challenge me. My daughters will challenge me. Like, why are you playing as a woman? You know, I've said that to the white gamers before, and white gamers always got the same weird bullshit. Yeah, man, like, dude, like, man, like, if I'm gonna be playing a game, I only want to look at a woman. That means, dude, you got some other problems going on. Because that's something going on in your head. As a man, you should be able to play as a male character and carry on that male character role. Like, hey, dude, yeah, this is me, or this is the avatar of myself doing this, and I'm gonna do it as a man. But when I hear a lot of white gamers say that shit, man, if I'm gonna be playing a game, so I'm gonna play as a woman. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Don't you see women in real life? Ain't they a real fixture in your life? Why you need them to be in a game? Like if I'm doing business, I'm gonna hire women in my business because I want women to be around me. Because I like women in that manner. I like the femininity of a woman, but at the same time, women are very tenacious when it comes to business, getting certain things done. Because a man ain't gonna naturally do what a woman necessarily gonna do. Now, physically, if I need physical work, I'm getting men. Oh, there's always. Matter of fact, I'm about to drop y'all a link. There's always a goddamn shit that's going on behind the scenes. That's why we call it a system. We don't call it just a placation. It's a system of white supremacy. And until you understand what white supremacy is, how it works, what it is, and what it does, everything else will confuse you. So in this world, we're not about being confused because we can say, oh, it's this, it's that. Because a lot of Negroes will try to be like, oh man, it's the Illuminati. Who would be controlling the Illuminati? White people. Oh, it's the small hats. Well, the small hats, they're white people too. You can't tell me the difference if I walk in a place and there's a bunch of so-called small hats and then there's just white people. They all look white to me. Unless they was all wearing them fucking yarmulkes all the time, then I could be like, okay, that's the small hats. But they don't wear that shit all the time. They all white. We got to get out of this whole thing. And what they do is they bring in buffer classes. Like right now with a lot of the Indians. You see they got Indians on the Democratic side and they got Indians on the Republican side. But what you're not paying attention is that neither Indian is saying something different. They're believing they should be on top and black people should be on the bottom. And they're flooding the zone with all these immigrants, so we're still in the bottom. And some Negroes are going to fall for it because some Negroes want easy access to different snatches. As if that's going to change your life. Those same women have already been indoctrinated by feminism. I could pull up videos right now that I'm worried that YouTube will give me a strike because it shows Latino men all dancing like women. So these people have already been indoctrinated into this damn system, which white supremacy is racism. Inherently, everybody has a racism for black people, not other groups. They may hate other people because they're skin color, but those same other people with our same skin color will hate us. You know, there's so many Africans. I'm out here near DC. I'm out here. Africans don't rock with us. People got mad at Cameron the other day because Cameron said, I prefer to be called a black American than African American because Africans don't rock with us. And they don't rock with us. And I'm not going to be mad at them because you should be self-preservation should be the number one goal of any group. It's only black people, we don't have separate self-preservation as an idea because we've been raised to believe that it's all, everybody should be jumped in and dumped in with us. And we always like, oh yeah, that person look brown or they look black, they should agree with me. And they don't. So when I say that, I go back to the whole thing with the Cat Williams. You see the people. I'm watching Steve Harvey explaining on Twitter. I'm watching Cedric. Cedric tried to explain again this morning. He put out an excuse yesterday, and then he put out one this morning, and it sounds worse this morning than he said it yesterday. We got Ricky Smiley fucking crying this morning. I could post that on here right now, but I don't want to be posting the brother crying because I'm not sure what he crying about. But I'm pretty sure some of that got something to go with it. Because Cube came out and set the record straight. And Cube said Cat Williams wasn't lying. So that's where we at in this world. We're in a world where people either going to support all the weird shit, where we got a brother telling you that Harvey Weinstein talking about he going to suck off a motherfucker, and then he get to the spot and he see 3 other black people there and he wondering what the fuck they did because he had the strength to tell them no. Now imagine, that's how it is in this world. That's how it be in this world. I've been at my job. When I worked at my job, I've never been there with my job and the job has been bad. I've never had a white person stand up and say, hey, something's wrong here. No, they just keep plugging along, or they complain to me because guess what? They know I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. I'm not going to stay in the same perpetual state. I'm not going to stay in the same perpetual state. I'm going to bust out of that shit. I'm like, yo, look, this shit ain't working. You need to fix that or I'm out of here. And when you really do shit and you make shit happen, well, guess what? Them white people going to make consensus for you. Because they're going to be like, shit, do I take the motherfuckers who just talk shit or I keep the hard worker? White people know that we break down and we do everything hard work. I've never met no immigrant that can outwork me. For years, I used to hear niggas talking about Mexicans work hard. No, they don't. No, they fucking don't. I work with Mexicans. You know what I caught when I came back for the Mexicans after we went to go get the motherfucking mulch? We came back. The Mexicans, we heard all the lawnmowers going, but the white bitch who was driving the truck, she's like, those lawnmowers don't sound like they moving, do they? I said, hell, they don't. They sound idle. We got out there, we found the lawnmowers all turned on, but the Mexicans all under the trees high. And then I remember the Mexicans got mad because she threw water on them and shit. And then she made them run behind the truck and shit. This is what a white woman, this is an LGBTQ white woman I was working with. She made all the Mexicans run behind the truck. And the Mexicans looking at me like I should be with them. No, motherfucker, I did my motherfucking job. I was at the mouth shop running the motherfucking bulldozer, putting the shit in the back of the truck. We get back, you motherfuckers out here sleeping. We smell like feces because when you go there and you go to the spot where the mulch is, they cover the mulch with shit, cow manure. So when you getting it, even when you in the truck, that smell get up on you. But it was years. It was other Negroes telling me, "Oh man, Mexicans work hard," and I've never seen that in my life. People work as hard as they being watched. That's what I found in my life. People work as hard as they are being watched. That's no motherfucking cap. So yes, do we all work hard? Yeah, we all work hard when we want something. But do we all work less than another? I don't think so. I think everybody works about the same percentage as they are being watched. When you're not being watched, your ass is prone to do what the fuck you want to do. And that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, when a brother is being honest, I think about it. Mark Curry, I just played the video of him talking about Steve Harvey stealing his motherfucking jokes. Well, you have Mark Curry. What did people used to say about Mark Curry? Mark Curry's on crack. Mark Curry I haven't seen any evidence that our brother's on drugs. But yeah, I see the same play with Cat Williams. Oh, he's doing drugs. But this brother adopted 7 kids, raising 7 children. And let's get to the fact, this ain't his first crop of children. People say, what? Yeah, this is not Cat Williams' first crop of children. He's already brought 5 or 6 already into adulthood who are doing proper and doing great things in this world. We don't know about T.I. other kids because they doing good shit. But we know about Kang. We know about little Kang the Conqueror. Because Kang out here on he's out here with his mama. You know? No disrespect to Tiny, but if you haven't seen that video where how Tiny really looked on the Smokey Robinson side of the game, let's be honest, on the Smokey Robinson side of the game, no disrespect to my sister Tiny, but girl, if you watch that video, you'll see T.I. kind of looking weird, like he looking like, bitch, you gonna let somebody see you? He got these eyes, his eyes is bucking. He looking like he kind of, because she put the camera on T.I. for a minute. T.I.'s eyes look like, what the hell? Yeah, the Miss Piggy face. Yo, bro, yo, you got it, the Miss Piggy face. We on that, my bro. That's no disrespect. That's no disrespect. She got the real Miss Piggy side of the game. And we love our sister still, but now we see why Kang mad. Kang like, shit, I'm not going to look like daddy. I'm going to look like mama. And Kang is kind of mad. The other two children look like daddy. You know? And Kang got his right to be a little upset, but he just needs to chill. Ain't nobody told you to be so young and go get your teeth done. You're supposed to have fucked up janky teeth when you young. Now you're gonna be trapped with them big ass giant shark teeth. Not even real shark, dolphin teeth. Dolphin teeth like Puff Daddy. And you saw what he said about P. Diddy. He called, and he ain't back down on that either. Called out P. Diddy, called out Tyler Perry. I mean, come on, Martin. Martin ain't really saying shit back. Because Martin know it's true. Martin out here. I remember when I was selling Kirby vacuum cleaners, I went to Martin house out here in Maryland. I went to his house. I was there the day he fucking when he went up there and he had on the damn he was wearing like it was like a garbage bag. I don't know what it was. It was like a plastic. It was a plastic suit. I saw him that day. I was vacuuming his fucking front rug with the Kirby and shit. If you know about selling Kirby vacuum cleaners, yeah, I mean you know what it is. Give me a one in there if you know about them Kirby vacuum cleaners. Because Kirby vacuum cleaners wasn't no cheap ass vacuum cleaner. A Kirby, you had to sign all this paperwork. A Kirby like damn near $4,000 for a Kirby. So I was selling motherfucking Kirby's, and I was at his crib, and Martin, I saw him that day when he first went crazy out there in D.C. I was at his house that morning. Me and my man was like, yo, something wrong with bro. And I'm like, shit, ain't well, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? We in there vacuuming. His wife was like, don't mind him. And he left out. By the time we get back out here to Northern Virginia, we see the news and they talking about Martin went crazy. And I'm thinking it's because he had on that it was a hot ass day too. That day was super fucking hot out here. But I think bro went crazy because he was working out and whatever they was telling him, I think this is when that other Big Mama movie, the one where the young bro said that Martin told him to be a woman and dress up as a woman. I'm trying to think of his name right now. I just watched that video this morning on Twitter. Let me see if I even got it. I'm trying to see if I can bring it up real quick. Because if I got it, I'll post that to you. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna have to repost it again. And yeah, I tried to watch motherfucking the trans. Let me give a real out of the pocket jump off real quick. I tried to watch Transformers last night, The Rise of the Beast, and right in that fucking movie, the first thing I saw was they was trying to replace black people with Puerto Ricans. Cause the very beginning of the thing, they got all this hip hop playing, and they got all this images of all the hip hop that's going on in the '90s, and they didn't even have the soundtrack correct because a lot of the music they were playing was like '92. They were claiming they went back to '94, but they had a lot of '92 music and '96 music playing, so they didn't really have what was bopping at '94. So it was all over the place. Um, but my whole thing was they had this kid with a big ass Puerto Rican flag with all this black hip hop. And I'm from New York. I grew up in New York. That's me living in the 90s. I'm getting ready to go to college. 94, I'm about to go to college, 95. Here we are. And I couldn't even go in my Puerto Rican friend's house in 94. I couldn't go in none of my Jamaican friends' house in 94. And this is no cap. This is just being honest. I couldn't go to these people's house. If you would say maybe 2001, maybe 2002, I could go to some of my Puerto Rican, Jamaican friends, you'd be right. But at 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89, we was not, Puerto Ricans and black people was not together in New York. Nor was Jamaicans or any other Caribbeans. We didn't rock with each other. Only time we fucked with each other was during the Puerto Rican Day Parade or the goddamn Caribbean Day Parade. See, now they done broke the Caribbean Day Parade down into different sections, so it's not just one Caribbean Day Parade now. But when I was there, there was no hanging with Puerto Ricans unless we went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And we was down at the Jacob Javits Center down in Brooklyn. Other than that, there was no being with Puerto Ricans. I never had a Puerto Rican girlfriend. I never had a Caribbean girlfriend. Everybody that fucked with me was black. Foundational. Everybody's last name was Williams, Henderson, Wilkins, Watkins, Smith, Jefferson. We couldn't go in a party. Matter of fact, me and my man Big Ron and his brother Keith, we were DJing Jamaican parties. There was no Jamaican DJs. There wasn't even no Puerto Rican DJs. We were the ones DJing these parties. We were the ones that had the crates. We were the ones going down to Disc and Dat, buying the records. Or, like some people used to do, they would borrow records from my mother. Because my mother had a huge record collection. A huge record collection. And my mother was an older woman. And she was having parties. And she had to make concessions for her Caribbean and her fucking Puerto Rican friends. None of my Jamaican friends had large speakers. My mama did. That's a fact. I remember all my friends who would spend the night at my house because my mama was having a big old party. Everybody was FBA. I remember us all watching the original Transformers cartoon movie, and we was all crying. And then my mama and all the people in the party, they stopped the music because they heard us upstairs crying. This don't happen in no other group. This happened from FBA, Foundational Black Americans. Our parents heard us crying. They stopped the music like, what? We hadn't even noticed it got quiet. Me and my cousins, my friends, and my brothers. We all up there watching Optimus fucking Prime die. We didn't even know. And then I hear my mom's voice like, Terrence? She's like, Terrence, Are you guys okay? Is there something wrong? And I come out the room and I look down the stairs and I see all these black people, black men, women, you know, and all scared. They kind of like scared because they don't know what's going on with us up there. And I remember I just burst out and I started crying and I tell my mom they killed Optimus Prime. And then they start laughing at me. they start laughing, but they like, oh shit. They up there watching the goddamn TV. And they go back downstairs and you hear the music come back on. And we like, what the fuck? They don't even really care. We go back in there still crying. Nobody even gave a shit. But that's how funny it was. Cause we up there crying like cause we loved Optimus Prime. That's girl. And that go for girls and boys. People like what? Yes, the girls, everybody. If you was a girl, you watched Transformers too. Don't let nobody get you twisted like girls didn't watch Transformers. My god sister Santika, I used to hate her because she used to always have all the best Transformers, and she was a damn girl. So don't get that shit mixed up. Motherfucking Voltron. Man, people can't tell me this shit, man. If you're a foundational black American, you know what was actually going on. You wasn't sitting there making this shit up. You was there. Let me see if I can pull that shit up real quick. Cause they be acting like a Beyonce on this. They be tripping, my boy. They be tripping. Let me give y'all a little bit of that real quick, cause that shit should come up real quick. But yeah, it's just that's what was going on, and I don't want people to keep playing like the truth ain't in the pudding. So I don't want to kick our good brother Cat Williams down because I believe that brother is telling 100% the truth about Hollywood, about them wanting you to do things that are outside of your norm, things that don't make you feel good. What up, Miss V? You know I'm over here talking trash. This is me getting my 2024. And I ain't doing none of what you be saying. I'm doing what I want to do. Just fucking with you, Miss V. I love me some Miss V. Make sure y'all go over there and check out my wonderful sister. She be dropping that shit. Oh, I ain't post no picture of poor Tiny. I could post Tiny, but I don't want to. Because I love Tiny. But you go watch that video again. Go watch that video again and look at how T.I. look. T.I. did not want Tiny. T.I. did not want Tiny to post that. I love Tiny. Miss V, we love you. We love Miss V. Y'all always go check out my wonderful sister. She always doing that good thing. The Word, Bronze, everybody. Miss V, we love you over there. We love your stuff, what you got going on. I'm going to try to follow some of your protocol though, Miss V. I will. But I love Miss V though. She one of my YouTube hotties that I love. Beautiful sister. Beautiful sister. That's right. Only way is up right there. But yeah, I was talking about that, and I know we was over there on Instagram talking about Tiny and poor Tiny. They got her on the Smokey Robinson side of the game. We know. But we was just trying to explain, like, you know, you see why T.I. other kids don't, you ain't really seeing them. They not really doing nothing because they doing good things behind the scene because they're not trapped in a world where they feel like they have to ask for attention. You know what I mean? Poor little King, he's almost like in the world with his mama. He got to ask for attention. But King gonna get it. He'll get it. I'm pretty sure T.I. figured it all out. And then we got, you know, you see Trick Daddy all mad that Cat Williams said that he eat booty and he got all them problems. But I watched the video where Trick Daddy said that himself. Trick Daddy said he got booty problems. He eating booty. He got what he said he had some other STDs right now, but he's mad this morning. I was going to post that video too, but I was like, well, I'm gonna wait a little bit because I was like, it was just this morning I saw the video. He was in the car driving and he was talking shit, but he was hella mad though. He was pretty mad, and you know he gonna have to get over it. He gonna have to get over it like Sad the Entertainer, cause Sad too many receipts being dropped, bro. Too many receipts on Steve Harvey. Too many receipts on Kevin Hart. You know, and I didn't even know that video about the Breakfast Club where Kevin Hart was screaming, man, you always say it's the white man and all that. I'm trying to tell you, when you hear a nigga say that, you know white people already gave him the prize. Whenever you see a nigga talking about, man, you can't always say it's the white people, then why are we in a system of white supremacy, bro? I'm always calling it what it is. I'm never going back down because I know the system. The system, it is. This is the only shit where you could say that dumbass statement. Man, it is what it is. Because dumb Negroes always saying it is what it is. Oh, yeah, they always stealing jokes. Jokes is the number one thing. I told people, comedy is very dangerous if you don't get it. There's been people who killed other comedians. People just don't know because they don't really put it on the news. But if you go on the back door side of the game and you start researching, you're like, damn, such and such killed. Because even Scruncho came out like he had to stop Cat Williams from actually busting on Sad the Entertainer. And Scruncho, another real brother. You go check out Scruncho pedigree. Scruncho is 10 toes down. Scruncho ain't never been no coward or no weak brother. He don't talk no fake shit. He stayed on this. I'm telling you, when I met Scruncho, I was out at DC. I met Scruncho. When Scruncho shook my hand, I thought he broke it because it felt like I was squeezing steel. Scruncho, one of them strong. Y'all be thinking these comedians are all weak. Nah, man, these be brothers. They be real brothers. That's why I think when people run across our good brother Tariq Nasheed, they be scared of Tariq because they don't know Tariq like 6'5". And until you be up on him like, God damn, this is a huge brother. I'm 6 feet. And I was there with Dewan B. Dewan B, he like 6'3", 6'4", Tariq, 6'5", Black Alpha Network, he like 6'4". All these brothers, you be like, damn, these some big brothers. I always laugh at the certain brothers who be smaller than me. Like my good brother Raheem Shabazz, he ain't but 5'8", 5'9". I'm 6 feet, so I be towering over a lot of them. I told him, I was like, in some of the videos, I was like, I look like a goddamn praying mantis trying to hug Dr. Randy Short and Dr. Layla Ali. Yeah, Tariq is like 6'5". Tariq ain't no little motherfucker. Be on Tariq, you're like, God damn, he's a giant. That's why I said I'll be feeling like, damn, I'm tall, and then I'll be out there, I see good sis, Layla Ali, all of them. I'm over there towering over. I'm like, damn, I ain't never think I was that tall till I was at the rally out in DC. That's when I start seeing like, damn, I start seeing who's who, like Harriet Tubman pistol. Harriet Tubman pistol is the size of a pistol. But he a little strong motherfucker. You don't want to fuck with Harriet Tubman pistol. It's a lot of shit, yo. You be like, shit, the TVA, the Black Authority, Professor Black Truth, them brothers is big. Them are big brothers. You be like, damn, them brothers is huge. He said, no, they just short. This is big. Yo, word up. But yeah, this no disrespect. I just want people to know, like, let's get into the place where we don't start kicking a brother just because he's telling the truth and like We sit back and wait sometimes. We get in our feelings real quick and start joining sides. Like motherfucker, you don't even know them. Just stick to the side. Like my brother DC Youngfly tall. DC Youngfly like 6'1", 6'2". He about 6'1", 6'2". Carlos and them, they really small. Carlos, they little. I was standing right next to them. All them brothers is small. That's what I said. When we have the rally this June, it's about to be so freaking fly. Everybody gonna be there. We got our good brother Red Grant running for mayor of DC again. I pray this brother win this time. A real good brother. When I met Red Grant, I was like, I didn't know he was so down. But a really good brother, a really wonderful brother. Just like I say, my brother Cameron, he catching heat this morning because Cameron said he'd rather be considered a black American than African American. And I told people, when you look at the real actual numbers, you realize only 388,000 only made it to the fucking northeast of America, the mid-Atlantic, or whatever you want to call it. That don't account for how many black people's on the damn East Coast. That means black people was already here. And that's all I'm talking about. So I was just getting on here. I wanted to talk about, because I had a lot of people coming on my Instagram and shit talking crazy to me about Cat Williams. And I'm like, Cat Williams ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Sometimes, then you get people say, well, he messy. I don't give a damn if he is messy. That's his table, he said. It ain't my table. If he feel like he want his table to have more condiments on it than actual goddamn food, that's his choice. That's right. The math ain't mathing. It's time to be honest about what's actually going on in this world. And they got people talking about, oh, there's aliens down in Miami. Miss Sanders is a woman who does not like men. And when I talk about Miss Sanders are particularly women who dislike black men. Because black men are the only so-called last foothold of patriarchy. They like to say white guys, but I'm not even mentioning that woman. I'm not talking about her, but there's plenty of misandries. The legend, what's good, my good brother, what's good. There's plenty of misandries. A lot of women don't like men, particularly black men. They don't like men who are being men. That's what misandries are. If I'm a homosexual, you're not going to dislike me if you're misandrous. Yeah, she's on. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't even know what her problem is. That's what I said. I ain't mentioning that woman. I'm just talking about the misandrous. You know, there's lots of women that you don't even have to know their name. But when you saw, when we saw our good sister Simone Biles loving on her husband, all the misandrous were all the women saying "F that man." Why are you bowing down to a man? That's what misandrous are. Misandrous are messy women who have been bought into the system of white femininity, which is uh, feminazis or whatever they call themselves, which is white supremacy. Being a feminist is another form of white supremacy. Remember, when dealing with white supremacy, there's 9 levels of activity. There's law, there's war, there's food, there's sexuality, there's religion, there's work. All these things all fall under the 9 levels of activity. So you have to think about that. You have to be like, well, why would they have these type? Because they produce these type of people. Sexy Red in them. Sexy Red in them are misandrous. Glorilla is a misandrous. All funky women who make it, yes, nearly fully broke it all down. Neely Fuller, you just go to Neely Fuller Jr. Like I said, I would never ran across Tariq Nasheed had I not been studying Neely Fuller Jr. And I'll tell y'all a real funny story. I'm out here in D.C. Where's Neely Fuller Jr. from out here? I was taking care of Neely Fuller Jr. I didn't even know I was taking care of him. I just knew there was this really nice old black man who kept telling me all this information. And he kept telling me the truth. And he liked me. He kept saying, yeah, I like you always. You know what I mean? And then he gave me his book. And when I saw it, I was like, compensatory kind of racism. And I saw the name. I still, because they called him Mr. F. They wouldn't say, we weren't allowed to find out his real name. They just called him Mr. F. Then I remember one day, this is right before the goddamn pandemic, almost 2 years prior to the pandemic happened. All these brothers came in there and they start moving his stuff out. And I was like, what's going on? And the brother told me, he's like, brother, we got to get Mr. F out of here. We going to move him somewhere safe. And he said, brother, you be safe to yourself. You should leave this job because what's coming down, you ain't going to be prepared for. And I said, what? And we had already been getting hit with MERS. It's a disease called MERS or MRSA, they call it. MERS or MRSA. That's what it's called. And it was killing off a lot of the old people in there. And I was starting to realize, like, wow, this is going crazy. Something's happening. And I got the hell out of here. And sure enough, I left my job at the goddamn nursing home. And then next thing I know it, yes, Neely Fuller is the truth. Neely Fuller is the truth. I love me some Neely Fuller Jr. Like I said, I didn't know I was even taking care of him. But I knew to get the hell up out of there. Them brothers told me get the hell out of here. I remember I left my job. I remember my boss, her name was Marjorie Schwartz. She was a Jewish woman. She didn't want me to leave. She like, why are you leaving? I'm grooming you for this job. And I thought that was weird. She said that day. That I'm grooming you to be in charge of this job. And I'm like, them brothers must have really known something. Because I said, shit, I got to get the hell up out of here. And I was like, I quit at that point. I was like, yo, fuck all that. I left. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Because I knew that disease MERS was showing up. And it kept showing up. And I was like, and we used to have to shut off half of the nursing fucking home. And we was in those fucking hazmat suits. Because MERS is very dangerous. MRSA or MERS. It'll kill your ass. We used to have to lock that shit off and put the bio shit up on there. Biohazard. You can't go through this ward without one of these suits. And it was crazy. And that was because we were getting a lot of immigrants as old people at that time. And I don't know if that's where the disease came from. I don't know. Yeah, we had hazmat suits, the white shit. The white shit on you with the oxygen tank on the back with the little fans to keep you cool. Because if you in that shit, you get hot. It's inside you like in plastic. So you got to have like that suit on. And you got to have the battery and all that shit got to be turned on because you got to have those fans in there so you can breathe. Oh, word and legend. Y'all got similar joints. Okay. See? Y'all, if you were facing all this weird stuff, bro, you knew it was going on. That's legend. It's like a staph infection, but it spread around to everybody. Oh, man, when you see them people who die of that shit, and you see that black goo come out their mouth, like I guess they blood or something turned some way, but you see it look like black coming out their mouth. Yeah. And you see that shit be like scare you like you in a real zombie thing. Cause you just see that shit come out their mouth and you like, oh, and you watch their body shake. They body shaking and shit to get all this stuff out. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it come out their bottom, out their mouth, out their eyes, all that shit. Yeah, it was the craziest shit. So when that was happening, I knew that they was right. Something was coming. But we still didn't, my wife was still alive at that time. R.I.P. Yeah, Mercer. There you go. The word MRSA. There we call it. It was either called They would say MERS or Mercer, but that's the right spelling right there. We would put that up, big ass sign up on the door. I remember the family would be crying and shit because they couldn't go in there unless there was enough hazmat suits, and it was a fucking crazy time. And we was like, and I knew we was heading to the world we was heading now because it was just happening, and they wasn't telling nobody. It's good, Miss B. We on 2 years of her passing. We like I said, it was a tough time. Very, very, very tough time. And yeah. So, like I said, I'm not going. I just wanted to be on here, talk my shit. Oh yeah, you never get over that type of shit. You never get over it. You don't get over that shit at all. That's why I said I offer comfort to brothers and sisters who lose their mamas and their daddies all the time because I know they understand the same way I understand that you never gonna get over it. Ain't no way you can replace your mama, your daddy, anything. The only thing I can tell you is you don't get weaker, you get stronger. And that's what helps you get through all this shit. You know what I mean? We know that, sweetheart. That's why we about to tap out of here. So, yo, I just want to get ready, get out of here. I want to let y'all know I rock with y'all. Should be right back on. Hold on. I just had to switch my damn earbuds. That's a new thing. That's another thing I was testing out today too. Transferring of my earbuds. But yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with this right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just leave y'all with the Let y'all check Mark Curry one more time so y'all can listen to my brother what he had to say.
I picked him.
Okay, so tell me
He
about
never
your...
said thank you.
So what's up with you and Steve, man?
I ain't nothing with me. Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
On what show?
When he was on the bullshit talk show he had, and he did all my Halloween material one Halloween. I'm watching. Somebody called me and said, "Man, homeboy doing your material." So he did my whole Halloween run. And I know he didn't think of it. This is true stuff that really happened to me. And so my thing is, you don't have to do that, homeboy. Yeah. Right. So, motherfucker, you made enough money, bitch ass. Wow. You made enough money. You did enough. What? Why are you on my material?
Right.
What's that about? And then, people want to jump up. Oh, he didn't know. He didn't steal your. So, yes, he did. Yeah. And so that there's no need to. No one else has did that.
So this was on his talk show. Which talk was his TV talk show?
His TV talk show.
Okay, this was the one he had on NBC just recently.
Whatever, yeah. The one that damn, who took his show from him?
Kelly Clarkson.
How can Kelly Clarkson take your show, homie?
Hey, bro.
Damn.
So
you got your show took by Kelly Clarkson.
You know what's crazy? I met my fiance on Steve's show. On Steve Harvey's talk show. Yeah. So that's another story. But I want to get back to that because I think that is the most lewd thing a comic can do.
Yeah. To me,
right.
I step to you.
Right?
I'm gonna step to you.
You ever step to him?
Yeah, step to him.
What'd you say to him?
Well, yeah, tell us about that.
Ask him.
Okay, I will, but we got you.
And that's what I love about Mark Curry. He's like, fuck that. Don't ask me. Y'all had him on here. Ask him. Yo, but man, respect to all y'all. My wonderful Miss V. My good brother, the word. I'm trying to get some of them 3,000, damn near 3 million shit you be having over there, the word. My good brother, Brian. I see you be having some good shit popping too, good brother. I respect all y'all, man. You dig? Everybody who tap in here, the legend. I know I'm in here for me and mine later. That's my good sister too. I respect all y'all. I just want y'all to know, man, ain't no disrespect to nobody out there. But in 2024, we gonna tell that truth. We gonna keep it raw. Even if it peels the skin from your flesh, we gonna keep it right. But we love y'all, man. It's all in love, baby. That's right. It's your boy Breeze Omega. Omega that's Breeze. And from the bottom to the top, we gonna shake those trees. This is the BlackRound. Everything that you understand that's going around, that you hear in your background of what you doing this day, this is what we are talking about. I hope y'all have a great one, family. This your boy Breeze Omega, Omega that's Breeze, and I'm out. I know that they've been talking what they saying with, and I've been putting every time and I've been playing. They saying I'm good and I've been hating it. But Sammy, God, I love it so good and I ain't never been right. I've been good, put it off. I ain't never take flight. Nah, I'm not a fleer. You can get me down. I got my words in with my automatopoeia. And those stuff when they came through, everybody they change you. Everybody they run around, they kind of rearrange you. My gang and they claim through. Every time they change you, like every time they coming through, like so again they named you mama. And guess they ain't really so right. I guess I ain't really that nice. I guess I'm really young. Like I ain't saying I ain't never been saying you wrong. Nah, you ain't never wrong. Say what you say, but doing it true and say it with your chest, baby. And we out like that.